be sitting in her chair as she heard about the hotel. Everything was going to plan. It was time for her to trick them all, to trick everyone. But for this to happen, she would need to make sure that Adam and Charlie have a meeting, but she plays all the cards. So, she began to smirk, as then she would call Alistair. As Alistair would be in his room, Lilith would begin to talk to him, as she casted a spell to talk directly into his mind. As Alistair would say, "What do you want?" As Lilith says, "You want to be free, right? Well, one last job and you'll be free. But it's one heck of a risk." Alistair would say, "I'm listening." As Lilith and Alistair began to talk for hours and hours until they finally came up with their plan. As Alistair agreed, as he walked down and went up to Husk, and he said, "It's a code blue." As Husk would simply nod and get everything set up. As Alistair and Husk would simply smirk. As Husk would say, "When you're free, that means yes, yes, yes. Our contract will be over." As Alistair walks away, Husk didn't like doing this, but he was happy for freedom. As everything continued, Charlie would walk down after waking up to see that the hotel was on fire and Husk was gone. Charlie would begin to cry and scream, "Husk! Husk!" As Charlie began to search for Husk, she couldn't find him. As Alistair would run in and say, "What's wrong?" as he would use his powers to put out the fire. As Vaggie would say, "I can't find Husk." As they would go and search his room, they would find a window broken open and parts of clothes left behind. These clothes that are ripped off were from an exorcist. As Charlie knew what happened, an exorcist must have kidnapped him, so she wouldn't continue the hotel. That was against the treaty. She'll make sure heaven pays for this. As Charlie begins to shake angrily, as Alistair actually smiles and says, "Don't worry, we'll get him back, darling. How can you stay happy?" As then Adam showed her the truth, how he's forced to smile. "I don't have a choice." Charlie would say, "This whole time I thought you enjoyed everyone's misery. I'm sorry." As then Charlie began to walk. As everything was going to plan, we cut to Adam. As Adam would be with Lute, they would be talking about the next exorcism. As suddenly Sarah would say, "What did you do?" As she walked in, Adam would say, "What do you mean? You kidnapped a demon?" Adam would say, "I didn't do it." Sarah would say, "One of your subordinates must have done that. They always get too trigger happy. I knew something like this would happen. You better respawn peacefully and give it up." As then Sarah would walk away. And Adam would say, "What is she talking about?" Lute would say, "I don't know, sir." As Adam and Lute would begin to panic, they honestly don't know what happened, but this was all part of Lilith's plan. As Lilith began to watch back, and she made sure that her informants did it and not her, because she wanted to make sure she had no direct involvement, so no one can pin it on her, even if someone's suspicious. As the days pass, eventually, the meeting would be about to happen. As the meeting would happen tomorrow between Adam and Charlie, we cut to Lilith, who was getting things set up. As she went to the meeting room a day before. As Lilith would set up some magical traps, she would simply smirk and walk off. It was finally time for the plan to be struck, the trap to be springed. Vaggie, Charlie, Adam, and Lute would all be captured, and she can use them to negotiate. As Charlie and Vaggie would walk in, they would talk to Lute and Adam. As Charlie and Vaggie would yell at Lute and Adam, they would yell back, as they were all confused and didn't really know what was going on. Charlie didn't know why Adam was acting like he didn't do anything, when he's always upfront about everything, and is a total jerk. He didn't seem like the type to lie because of how much he just brags. But as they continued to argue, suddenly the ground would shake, as special magical gas would appear in the room, knocking them out, as they all woke up tied to a pillar. As Adam would look around and say, "Why'd you do this, Charlie? What the F?" As Charlie would say, "If I did it, you really think I'd be tied up?" Adam would say, "Good point." As suddenly she would hear laughing as Lilith would walk up to them. As Charlie would say, "Mom, what are you doing here?" Lilith would go, "Oh, sweet, sweet, naive Charlie. You really think I would pass up an opportunity like this? Where do you think I've been for 7 years? I've been gathering power and influence in heaven. Soon I will be a senator in heaven and the queen of hell. I will have true power. That is the meaning of this." As then Adam says, "God, she's such a B-word." As in Lilith would punch him and say, "I always wanted to do that." Adam would say, "How dare you?" As in Lilith would punch him again. "Every time you say that, I'll just punch you." As then Luke began to laugh as Lilith would slap her. Now, all of you will be great use to me and great bargaining chips. Alistair, watch over them. As Lilith would start to walk away, Alistair would watch over them. As Charlie would say, how could you do this, Al? I would say sorry, but I was under her from the start. Besides, darling, your mother planned everything. Why do you think I showed up right after the interview? She saw it and thought it was going to be a mess, so she sent me there to fix it. She needed the hotel to be operational for this plan to work. All of this was set in motion. That's why she raised you the way she did. Charlie would say, this was planned since birth. Alistair would say, yes. As Adam would say, that tricky bee. And then suddenly Alistair would slap him and say, Lilith was right, this is fun. And after this plan goes off, I'll be free. Hee hee hee. She is definitely powerful, but don't worry, she'll make sure you're not hurt. As Charlie would say, what about my hotel? There'll be no need for a hotel after the plan is successful. As Charlie would say, I hate you. Alistair would say, I know, darling. As then, we cut to Lucifer. As Lucifer was in his home, he would hear a knock at the door. As then he opened it to see Lilith, as his eyes widened. As Lucifer would then look at Lilith, he would run up to her and say, I forgive you. Lilith would say, I don't forgive you. What? You wasted my entire life. I wanted to build a strong kingdom, a strong empire, but you wasted away and let the sinners do what they want. So, I will take over hell. Lucifer would say, I won't let you do it, or I will dispose of our daughter. I have her captured. As in, Lucifer would pull out a weapon and try to strike Lilith, but she would teleport away, as a note would drop, and tell him to meet her at this address. As in, we cut back to Sarah. Sarah would get the same note. As they would sigh, Sarah was angry about this, but there was nothing she could do. Adam was a hero and the first human, the first man. If he perishes, then that will be a huge blow to morale. So Sarah and... As Sarah and Lucifer would go to the meeting, Lilith would be there. She would stand there with guards surrounding her. Sarah would say, who are these? People I had under me, the radio demon, other overlords at hell, and even a few exorcists. I had to make sure, in case you would send your forces here, that everyone is well protected, and that if you try anything funny, your most valuable assets will be gone. Sarah would say, I cannot make you a senator, but I will make you an advisor. And Lucifer would say, I'll give you the rank of a commander, but... As Sarah herself and Lucifer would look onward, they didn't think Lilith was serious. They didn't think she would actually hurt her own daughter, as Lilith would suddenly show a video footage of Charlie being tied up. As she said, Alistair, show them I mean business. As Alistair would shock Charlie as she cried out in pain, Lucifer would say, you effing monster, as he wanted to attack her, but he couldn't. As then he said, fine, you want to be in charge so much? You want to watch everything around you crumble around you? Have no friends, have no family, just an empty throne like I had? Fine, you can have it. As in, Lilith would say, what about you, Sarah? I don't think I can have a senator. As in, Lilith would snap her fingers, as Alistair would start to choke out Adam, and Sarah would sigh and say, fine. As in, Lilith got her way. As Charlie was released, she would hug Lucifer and say, Dad, it's okay. Thanks to me, no, it's not your fault. As in, Lucifer and Charlie would go down to hell, as the hotel was closed. Even though the hotel was gone, even though Charlie and Lucifer lost so much, Lucifer lost his throne, Charlie lost the hotel, they had one thing, and that was each other. Lucifer idolized Lilith, so did Charlie, but now they realize who she really was, and they don't need her. Lucifer has his daughter, and Charlie has a kind, loving father, and her girlfriend, and together, they'll be a family that can get through anything, even Lilith. And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Hope you all enjoyed this video, because you know I did. I had a really good day today, and, well, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I'll still be able to post videos, because these only take like a few hours to make, so it won't be a big deal. And I'll still be in the house a lot, but, well, not a lot. I say I wouldn't be out a lot, but yeah. I'm not going to tell you the exact place I'm going to go, even though I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to Florida. You know, who cares? It's an entire state. You'd have to go there and like hunt me out and try to find me. No one's gonna do that, so who cares? Usually I'm like, oh, I'm going to this place or this area because I'm in like a small local town. If I say a name of a local place, you know what it is. But Florida is a huge state, so there's no way you're gonna find me in Florida. But yeah, hope you all have a good day. I know my day went pretty well. And by the time you're watching this, because I record these videos a day before and I set them on a timer to be uploaded, I'll already be in Florida. So yeah. Let me know what was your favorite place to vacation. It could be Japan, Florida, you know, anywhere. Anywhere in the world, any place, any province, any state, any whatever. I've also, if I want to visit another country, I also really want to visit Denmark or Canada. Oh, also let me know a place you would love to visit, a place you would love to see. And yeah, I wanted just to say that if you don't think anyone loves you, I love you. I love you all. And I'm so glad you're watching my content. I'm so glad you're supporting me because it means the world to me. And sorry I haven't been taking suggestions anymore from the comments. Usually I'm like, yeah, suggest, I might do it. And I've been kind of, I don't know. I do take your guys' input, but I just been kind of losing the comments that suggest stuff, and I'm like, I really want to shout them out, and then I'm like, well, I just don't feel like it, or maybe I have another idea going on, I don't know. I definitely will go back to taking comment suggestions in a little bit. When I come up with an idea I'm really excited about, I really want to do it, and I've been getting, like, ideas I'm excited about. So that's usually the main reason. And do not spam. Well, you can do whatever you want, but I look at the comments and I'm just too busy to reply to all of them. Well, I guess I could. I reply to some, but it's just, you know. So do not spam the comments saying, hey, do my idea, do my idea, do my idea. Because I saw a few people doing it. And it floods the comment section. And I think that's just annoying for everyone. So just don't do that, please. So yeah, hope you had a good day. Love you all so much. Peace out.